Welcome to the Heavyweight Podcast.
The Heavyweight Podcast.
Heavyweight Podcast.
Heavyweight Podcast. You listen.
We can weigh in on some heavy shit, you know. What's good? This is episode 57 of the Heavyweight Podcast. I am Stutter Mcfly with these three guys. Go ahead and state your name for these beautiful people.
OG Young Fitting, no.
No.
We be killing them. You know what it is.
This nigga, you an OG drug addict?
Out the bottle.
Okay. It's your boy, the Grouch. More Lethal, the Grouch. Shout out to Oscar. I understand
That shit is actually accurate.
And this is crippled 40.
Fucking trash can. Crippled? Nigga, how you go from this? Okay.
How were your weeks?
I just hope Geek is getting the check for that being crippled.
You gotta get some. We gotta get for real AARP. Man, it was felt like 187 degrees all day, all week. Shit.
I was rapping.
You were in the AC though.
Okay. I see. I pick it up what you're doing. So I was feeling the flames way out here. I was like, damn.
I just got it.
It must be sweet.
That heat was traveling far.
I was in the booth, so I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, nigga, I need some new Tide Pods because my shirts is all white from all the sweat.
This motherfucker said his shirt looked like the second day of Hell Week. No. It's my week has actually been relaxing.
Nice.
I only had somebody try me one day this week at work, and it was a customer, and I almost cussed. I said, you know, you ain't gonna fuck my week, because I've been having a pretty good week.
What about the cop?
Oh, the cop put me on. He was polite though, and I and his partner was blessed from on high. I said, if anybody fisk me, let it be her, because she was blessed.
Are you saying he might have been showing out for his partner?
He was. She was new. She was a rookie. She was a rookie. He was doing some extra shit. I got pulled over for driving in the wrong lane. I said, really, we're lane restricted. I said, sorry, this is San Bernardino. You guys have naked men on bikes around the corner. You shouldn't worry about me. Go get those drug addicts down in the convene. Like, don't worry about me. But I second Mr. Wendell. It's been hot as shit all week.
I'm sorry.
Shit. Yeah, I'm hot. It's been peaceful and hot.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, let me know so I can take my fire extinguisher and my cool rag next time. Shit.
Yeah, something.
Die line. I spit hot fire. You, Keith? Geek?
I wouldn't understand if it became this crippled.
I mean, my shoulder was already injured, and I've been working with it, so it's not helping at all.
Keith,
I'm also cleaning up. So what?
Keith, I like big girls too, but I don't pick them all up.
No.
Oh. Damn.
No, my week has just been working and cleaning up, trying to get out of this bitch.
Nigga, they not gonna give you the deposit back.
Melton.
They're not gonna give you the deposit back. Fuck that shit up. Matter of fact, let's throw a party this weekend.
House party.
I am sleeping.
We're gonna come over there with chips and sit down.
I know this place where Mo, you can get a flat top, and we can do a house party kid and play style. Sure. Do the dance.
What show? Kevin already dressed like Martin.
I'll be in the back just all day.
A good old pajama jam.
Shit, they
ain't gonna hurt nobody.
They want me to come in at 2 a.m. tomorrow. I was like, nah, y'all good.
I'll wake you up. You want me to drive by?
I want to show my age. Ain't gonna hurt nobody. Dancing, ain't gonna hurt no.
This is quality.
Get up at
Excuse me, buddy. This is
get up for
JC
work.
Penney. This is quality. I
thought you said Jay-Z.
No, he said JC.
too.
No,
Damn.
okay, let's get into it.
I didn't say how my week was, Nick.
Oh, my bad. How's your week, Mcfly? Oh, you said you've been rapping. That's why we hot.
Hot fire, bars on top of
You've
bars.
been the fireman, apparently.
Ava started school, all the good stuff.
Hell yeah.
Is she excited?
Yeah, she was excited. It was her birthday today. Happy birthday to my beautiful daughter, 7 years old today. She's been acting like a diva all day.
It's her day. As she should. It's her day, as she should.
Andreas started school this week, and he's over it already.
As he should be. He's like, it's something new.
Yeah. But it has been cool. I've been rapping a lot, and I feel like this music is going to be
bars,
therapeutic / probably my best work to date.
Heat.
Very nice. I like hearing that.
Can I interject with this? That we did actually go to Sesame Place. That's why I got this fire ass hat on, and I just want to thank Dr. Miami.
No lawsuits?
Huh?
He saw a bunch of BBLs and stuff.
Yeah, but I'm saying they treated y'all okay.
Oh yeah. Oh, hey man. Let me tell you.
They're gonna be on their best behavior now.
Hold on. So let me tell you. So for the parade, real quick, right? You can pay to be up front. You can pay to be up front. I was like, cool. But there was 4 of us. They only had 2 passes left, so I bought the 2 passes. But she let all of us up here. I said, this is interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Then when the parade came through, I noticed that none of the characters was walking. They were all on the floats. I said, oh, I see how y'all playing this shit. I see how y'all playing shit. And shout outs to our host / waiter. The nigga's name is Marquise. I'm not gonna say his last name. Shout out to that nigga because he hooked us up.
This nigga fired.
That nigga saved my fire. Hey,
think about it. How many Marquises work at Sesame Place? You done got this nigga fired. You didn't have to say last name.
Hey, look here.
Now, Marquise?
Hey, the way that nigga was moving that day, he wasn't gonna be there much longer, and I appreciate it.
Marquise? It's like, come on, how many Marquises you know out this motherfucker?
He sound like
that nigga was like Drake. It's all me. I said, for real?
So let's get this on and pop on and like hot buttered popcorn. The first topic. Oh, don't look at me like that, Mom. Nigga, it's been a long day. Anyway, the first topic comes from Kevin Wendell. He asks, is it worse that the media is playing on our fears and weaknesses, or is it more on us as a society for falling for it? Example, not pointing out BS, allowing our loved ones to go down cult-like rabbit holes. As soon as you asked that question, I thought about the game. But anyway, keep going. Explain, elaborate. We need to call the game out for his bullshit. Keep going.
Like he ain't got no homies telling him. It's shit like that. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, whereas we all know somebody who's gone too far into the media, or they see things on there where it's like, fool, this is clearly fake. Like, and we believe it and we run with it. And like, to me, I'm like, is it the fault of the media? Because now it's just about money, right? So I'm like, they don't even feel like it's an obligation to report. Or is that us? Because we're supposed to check ourselves. Because I know too many people where you're like, yo, man, you can't, like, you're trying to fight people over what you saw on the internet. Like, you know what I mean? Nah, you ain't never seen it.
I've seen it. I know what you're talking about, but it makes me like, there's things like when we talk about shit like that, like we were watching on Netflix the untold story of the girlfriend that never existed, the Mantai, or the guy from
I know,
played for Notre Dame.
Yeah.
And the way they ripped him apart, the fact that the media came in and they ruined his life over him being naive or being catfish. They ruined this man's life. And the media was not held responsible for coming in and just tearing them apart. and then they ruined it. Like he was worth millions in that draft, and because of that drama, nobody in the NFL wanted to touch him. So he went from being worth millions to undrafted. That shit's wild to me. And the media was not held accountable for any of it, and they picked his ass apart.
Well, that's the same thing. Like they say, like people always remember the accusations, but they never remember the result.
But I mean, the things like that, when you say like, is the media responsible, or are we responsible for not? That is like one of those are like the forefront to me, where you look at it and you go, what the fuck, bro? Like they tore this man's life apart, and shit like that makes me completely understand why people get suicidal and contemplating bullets, because you went from I'm going to be able to take care of my family tenfold over a choice you decide to make in your own private life that they decide to tear you apart for. That's just wild to me. Like now he's like, if you Google him, he's only worth 100,000, and he's undrafted. Wow. I mean, unsigned free agent. And now he probably gets more recognition for this documentary than he did for. Hello.
Sorry.
He gets more recognition for this documentary, and hopefully he gets to gain from it. But they questioned his orientation, like if he was just secretly gay. They questioned like if he was in on it, all that shit, just for him being naive and getting catfish. You know how many times I've probably been catfished and didn't know it?
I've never been catfished.
You don't know it. It could have been something where someone told you they were somebody, not even sexually. It was just someone told you on the internet at one time they were somebody they weren't.
I've been catfished one time. They told me it was catfish and it was red sniper, and I was pissed.
Anyway, the point I'm saying is it's just wild that they could pick him apart and nobody else be held accountable for ruining this man's life.
Oh no, I'm on board with you 100%. But I think a lot of times people don't understand that in the day we live in, you just automatically assume shit is fake until it's proven that it's real.
That's just wild.
But is that like what? I guess is that conditioning though, because we were supposed to believe the news for the longest, just media and all that. Period.
But
you know
how
what
many?
I mean?
But the thing is, how many times have the news turned out to be false? How many times has it come to a case that TMZ is more credible than the actual news?
All the time. All the fucking time.
That tells you that you can't trust our major news outlet. The gossip outlet is more credible than these sources that are supposed to be credible. I don't trust shit I hear in the news. I need proof. Send the facts.
And a classmate of mine, we had chatted about it, and he said had it been a woman in that scenario, they would have held somebody accountable.
That's
Can you hear me?
Yeah. That's because,
there you go.
That's because women are protected even when they're wrong.
Because I completely understand and sympathize if he was suicidal, because that shit would have.
Now, he probably had a good circle around him to get him through that.
He had to.
You know what I mean? So it's like, have we got that far disconnected where we don't even like see that as society? You know what I mean? Like where we just let a motherfucker go down that cycle, and we know it. You're like
picking them apart memes.
Yeah.
Just
the internet is ruthless, bro.
Yes.
It's ruthless. You become popular for something negative in a minute.
And this one's for the internet, baby.
So when you ask that question, I think yes, we are to partially blame, but I also feel like we have to hold the media accountable for the shit that they decide to do to people. Like we have to start aiming at them and saying, look, motherfucker, if you're gonna put it out there, you're gonna have to bear some of this repercussion. Like if you fuck up and you don't fact check or you don't do that, we have to hold them to a standard and stop letting them just kind of throw it out there without repercussion. Like
I mean, in essence, that what means about us then, right? For not holding them to the fire.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like we need to start holding them accountable for this shit that they're doing, because we'll just run with whatever they say, and we'll fucking. And it's like you can build somebody up so high, just be so quick to tear them down.
Oh, you get Jesse Smollett.
That French fella.
Smollett.
That French fella.
Yeah.
That from Empire. Yeah.
It's just wild though. Like I don't get it when I'm just like you'll be talking to people and they'll just bring something up and you're like, you hear they did this? And you're like, do you hear what you said out loud? Like you believe that's what really happened?
It's all big business. So they make some money, clicks, views.
Yeah.
Facts. Just the
But
way
is
they
that
headline shit.
Yep.
They headline shit just for clickbait.
Fucking clickbait. It irritates me every time I get online and I see something like, oh, really? And I click and I said, that has nothing to do with what I just clicked on. What the fuck? Like, you just wanted me to click on this shit. Fuck. Like, and I fall for it.
Because here's a
Angers
fucked up
me.
part. Are we supposed to be mad at that? Because
Yes.
it's business, right? But here's
but they're
it's big
wasting.
business.
Okay, but
Now
so
their
big
job is to make money, right?
big business can't be bad business.
I didn't say that, but as long as they make money, it don't matter.
Okay. All right. They say that shit to somebody
So
get shot.
I'm like, is it their responsibility at this point?
They say that shit to somebody get shot.
They gotta have some sort of responsibility and shit. They're getting away with too much shit.
Yeah, that's on. I don't know. I feel like it's
Everybody has a breaking point.
Well, the problem is even when they are held accountable, they can, like, let's just say a reporter can get fired for interfering with a court case and end up at a job somewhere else. Like nothing happened.
The same way.
And probably making more money.
The same way these officers get moved around from county to county.
What was homie's name who pretended like he got shot down in a helicopter? Like he acted like he got shot. Brian Williams or whatever. It's like you made up a shooting in a helicopter. Like you thought we weren't gonna find that out. And guess what? He got another job. Major network.
Right away. Right away.
That's the opposite of journalism at that point. That is TMZ, like you said, is more credible at that point.
I think it's just we're living in a time where people they do anything possible to get the views, man. So they'll try to delve into the gossip and the I don't know what the clickbaits and the thirst traps and just to get people's attention, just because you clicking, liking, so all that's revenue. That's revenue in their eyes.
So, question on a smaller scale. So, should we hold these bitches accountable? I'm sorry, I shouldn't say bitch. Should we hold these people accountable when we're on Facebook or on Instagram and they go, I don't know where I got all these fucking new follows or friend requests and blah blah blah, and you're like, bitch, come on, you're capping right now.
They know.
You know exactly where this is coming from, but you're trying to put the front on.
You can
you're
try.
just flexing.
You can try. They ain't gonna them block you.
What I'm saying, it's a flex. They know it's a flex.
Yeah,
that's all I know. Them titties. That's what I type.
I don't understand why I'm getting all this attention. You know exactly why this attention came. Don't.
Hey, this one chick was like, I don't understand why I can't get have a long-term relationship. I said, ma'am, because all your business is on the internet. Like, there's no mystery. We know what you do. Like, you advertise this shit. You have OnlyFans. Yeah. We know what you can do.
But one thing I noticed is like, I don't know if you guys saw that Wednesday trailer for on Netflix.
Yeah, shout out to Catherine Zeta-Jones. God damn.
But I just saw the mass majority of people that I saw sharing it. It started to annoy me because of Luis Guzman's role as Gomez, people were mad that he was cast as Gomez, and they were like, "Oh my god, he's so ugly, he cannot be." I'm like, "What the fuck? You haven't even seen the fucking show yet, and you're complaining about this shit? At least give it a chance before you hate it. Like, don't just fucking hate it before you even know what the fuck the Tim Burton was going for, or what the writers or anybody else involved was going for."
They wanted Gomez to be a pretty nigga. That's all it was.
Yeah, I was like, they said Gomez was too ugly. I was like, you must not remember the show.
Even more importantly, like, just give it a fucking chance before you start tearing it down. Like, give it a chance.
All I knew I was going, when she dropped them piranhas in the pool, I know I'm in.
Yeah, I was entertained by that. I said, "Oh, this is a different take. Okay, I'm gonna enjoy this." Like,
I'm in. Tim Burton.
Tim Burton, yeah.
Tim Burton, yeah.
I'm watching. I didn't even know this was happening.
Yeah,
I love Tim Burton.
And when I saw she dropped the piranhas in the pool and said, "Hey, only person that can that can torture my brother is me, I said, yeah, I fucks with this. I'm gonna enjoy watching this.
Hold on. Did we not catch the fact that she still gets privilege because all she got was expelled? She killed some.
God. Anyway. Anyway, I was just trying to. Anyway, yeah. So we'll just move on. So the next topic comes from Geek 40. He asked this question. He said him and the driver had a debate about the late great Nipsey Hussle getting a star on the Walk of Fame.
The marathon continues.
Is it warranted? Did he get one because of his potential or what he had done in his life before his death? And to add on to this, should a person get a reward for potential or for the actual deeds they've done? Geek, do you want to elaborate further before we delve in?
Yeah, he doesn't like he's a fan, but he doesn't necessarily agree with getting a star, just given, I guess, the body of work that's been produced so far. Well, I mean, obviously, but the point he was trying to make is like usually, or at least in the past, usually you would get a star because of your body of work. Usually, it's over a long period of time, or you've made an impact hard enough, great enough to warrant a star. Obviously now, I feel like shit, damn near I can get a star on the Walk of Fame if I had the money.
Well, that's all it is.
But I do feel like Nips in that short period of time did warrant what he just said.
But what's
the impact?
Nip's impact is beyond music, but what's the longevity? Like, how long did he have to do it? Because mainstream is what we're talking about. It sounds like because he started like 08.
In the California Raisins.
Victory
I
laps.
seen niggas on Sesame Street. Got stars and shit.
Victory laps is what most people know Nipsey for. They don't know all the mixtapes and shit.
Yeah, but that's how he got his name. That's
for $100.
Crenshaw was a mixtape.
Yes, it was.
Sold all of them in like an hour. That don't just happen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, I mean, I believe it's deserved because, you know, like Mcfly said, I'm on that same train. It's the impact he had on the city. I mean, not many people get killed in LA and you see Bloods and Crips come together.
I feel like, there's a lot of stars out there on the Walk of Fame. If you go, I've walked that motherfucker. Like, I used to go to school there. I used to walk and see some of the stars and say, this motherfucker got a star.
I walk sometimes and say, who the fuck is this?
Yeah, and you be like, who? They got a star? Oh, okay. And there's people that are alive that got stars that you're like, damn, they deserve a star. I definitely feel it was very well deserved for Nip.
And his was because he became bigger than life after death. So like after his death, his impact kind of went throughout the country. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of
people start finding out like stuff that he had planned on doing, stuff he had in the works, and all that stuff.
That stuff's happening though. There's schools that are built. There's stuff that's happening already. Like there's people that have businesses because of this man. There's people that have changed their whole mindset and start working and doing things. They're like, no, I'm not doing this. I'm working on my own. I'm doing my own shit. You know what I'm saying? So, okay, so we can take away the body of work. And like you said, the impact. That impact got so massive so fast after the death.
But the
like,
impact was massive while he was walking this earth, man. And we talking we're talking more than just Crenshaw. We talking.
It got way bigger after he died.
Huh?
It got way bigger after he died.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, of course, death hidens everything. But I'm saying, like, it's not that it wasn't there before. It's just that a lot of things is, and I think, you know, I'm not praying on nobody's downfall, but I think once I think once like once you die, everything you were doing in secret comes out. So um, I think what happened was it's like, damn, like you realize he really, or we knew he was helping like the kids and the community and all this, but like damn, we didn't know he was doing this much. I think that's what it turned into. Like man, like because he had outreaches outside of his own neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? He had deep ties in Detroit. He had ties in Atlanta. Like, so it's like he was moving differently. And on top of that, he was showing people, hey bro, you can get this money, you don't need them people over there.
And stay true to yourself.
Yeah.
I think what that person and a lot of mentality that people have about Nipsey is because they didn't necessarily uh, hear about them as much as everyone else. They assume that, oh, this only happened after his death, as opposed to understanding that maybe if they kind of looked into him a little more, they would see the impact he had, as opposed to just going, well, the only reason why this is happening is because he died. It's like you have to look into it more. I thought, like Mo said, that a lot of that shit is amplified now because he died. Now it's more to the forefront than it was previously, but he did have an impact. He still has an impact. So it's like, I think it's very warranted that he has that star. I think it's, like I said, if even when you compare that, he's more deserving of that star than I've seen a lot of stars on that fucking walk on Hollywood Boulevard and all the other fucking streets that have stars, and you're going, what the fuck? They have a star? So
I almost wish it wasn't there. I almost wish they made a whole new Walk of Fame in Crenshaw. Fuck it.
yeah.
That motherfucker wasn't no Hollywood motherfucker. It's like, yeah, of course he'd love it because that's recognition for what I'm doing. But shit, make something new out there. That's what Nip probably would have done. Nigga, we ain't in Hollywood. But it's well deserved if you ask me.
Rest in peace to the great Nipsey Hussle.
Rest in peace.
Nigga, Donald Trump has a star on the Walk of Fame.
Yeah, he bought it.
Nipsey can have too.
He probably didn't pay for
it. So moving on to the next topic. This comes from Maurice. I said, nigga, Maurice sends me so many TikToks, man. So that one's like the hardest one to decipher because you have to make sure you're getting the gist of what they're trying to say. Because sometimes it's all over the place what they're saying in the TikTok. But this one I thought was interesting. It already had the caption on it. It said, when is it okay for a wife or girlfriend to speak their piece in the household? When can they let it be known when the man or the husband or the king is annoying or in the wrong in the kingdom or household? And she's, saying like, she understands she has a responsibility to be his peace or make sure that it's peaceful when he's home, that he has respect and a calm when he's at home. But at what point is she allowed to say, hey, motherfucker, you're getting on my nerves? Or, or you're annoying me, or you've hurt, what you said hurt, or you're being an asshole. So I thought it was an interesting question. I'll let Mo elaborate further, but I thought it was an interesting question and a good topic.
I think you summed it up perfectly. You want to know my answer?
Yeah.
But I'm not tired.
Yeah, tired plays a role, and I'm always tired. That's the problem.
Because when I'm tired, I'm not coming from a place of understanding. I'm coming from a place of, you better leave me the fuck alone. I just want to lay down.
Yeah, I'm always tired, so that's the thing. It's like, hey, don't bring this bullshit to me. I just got off work.
Everything she said was valid, right? Because she went into the whole, I understand you're the king and we're supposed to have peace in the kingdom, but sometimes, the king is an asshole. Sometimes the king is neglecting me. Right? And as a husband, I've heard all that. I'm an asshole sometimes. I'm neglecting the family. But I think it depends on why he's doing that. But she's like, so when can I talk to you? And it's not that there's a right time. There's a bunch of wrong times. But it's
and
not
there's a wrong way to bring it up too.
It's like, but so like, I think that you have to like look at your spouse or your partner or whatever and say, hey, if there's something serious that need to be discussed between us, like we need to have like some type of like parameters, like whether it's a word or a phrase where we like, okay, we both get in the mindset of having an open dialogue about what's going on. But definitely don't bring me no bullshit when I especially when I first walk in the door. Don't bring me no bullshit. Let me get these shoes off first.
Let a nigga unwind. Get out of the frame of mind I was in, getting off of work or dealing with the outside world, traffic, road rage.
Mr. Wendell, when can your wife voice her grievances with you?
When I'm being annoyed.
He said she tells me in the moment.
Yeah, that's for me, because I'm not. Everybody's different. Everybody's household. Like I've never been a fan of the whole king, queen, all that shit, because I just don't like monarchies. But
I'm king and dignity around this motherfucker. I don't give a fuck what you say. It was my shit.
I'm not going into that. But it's I think it's both responsibility. Like, she should be able to say what she's got to say. She shouldn't have to feel like she can't. And like you said earlier, there is a right and wrong way to do it, and that's everybody. It's like we grown, we know when we're coming at something sideways, drumming up drama. So
I don't think sometimes I don't think they know. Like it's one of them reasons. Like they're thinking, what am I doing that's wrong in how I'm presenting this? And you're like, everything you did. Like if we brought this up, everything you did was wrong. If you brought a third party and they were like, yeah, you could have handled that better. But I don't think they think that way in that moment. They're thinking, I need to say this.
I don't know. Maybe, possibly, it feels that way.
I mean, recently I was told that well, not recently. My wife always tells me it's my tone, right? And to me, that's a blessing and a curse because I'm always a direct person. But there's sometimes like you're answering me, I'm gonna answer you back directly, and it may be a little harsh, but it's not intentionally harsh. It's just like, okay, I'm gonna give you answers so you can leave me the fuck alone. Like here, like that. I guess that is kind of harsh when I hear it, but like. But it's
he
like
heard himself aloud and said,
But I'm not trying to be harsh in that moment. I'm just like, hey, this is what it is. Like this is what I told you. Cause I also have a thing about repeating myself. I hate repeating myself. I really hate fucking repeating myself. I really do.
Fuck.
I really do. Shit. I really do. So maybe I am a little harsh. Shit. Maybe she's right. God damn it.
This was a breakthrough.
This nigga had a big breakthrough in his own dialect.
I'll be trying,
he
man.
said, you know what? That did sound kind of harsh, huh? Fuck.
If she did that to me, I'll be hot.
I'll be trying, man. Like,
fuck.
I don't know, man.
I think that's the most important part is you trying.
I try.
Like I'm trying.
Now I know, like shit. I know when I talk to my wife now, I have to like take a deep breath and then like talk to her like I don't know. It just
this nigga had a breakthrough.
Yeah.
Keith, how you see it? Because I'm sure you've seen it where you look at niggas and like.
Keith say he the king. He's smacking bitches.
Damn, you going to jail, nigga.
We don't condone domestic violence here at the Heavyweight Podcast. The thoughts of Mo Lethal are Mo Lethals and Mo Lethals alone.
These are Oscar's thoughts.
I mean, I subscribe to being called out for my bullshit.
On the spot? Or like at a certain time?
I mean, it depends on the situation, but I do know. I know I've learned. Don't bring up shit during a period of mourning. If someone dear to you, well, if we're using me as an example, dear to me, passes away, maybe not bring that up until, I don't know, a more appropriate time. Yeah. Or especially if it's a grievance you've had in your mind for a while, you probably should have brought that up before that time. And I'm speaking on a real experience I've had with this. But like I said, it all depends on the situation. When you can bring up grievances, just use, and I say this all the time, but just use common sense. That's my biggest thing. Just use common sense when you do anything.
I always say that.
I know it's hard for most people, but just please.
But I always say, like, sometimes, like when you're in the moment, you don't always recognize what you're doing in that moment, and then then after the moment passed, you reflect on, like, damn, I was wrong. And that's what I talk, like, sometimes I say things or do things, and I'm not, and at that time it's harmless. Now you don't perceive it that way, but it's harmless. But in retrospect, okay, yeah, maybe I was a little harsh, maybe I was a little too direct with you. But my also thing is, like, don't be mad at me about A, and then now you want to discuss A, B, C, D. Like, we should have talked about B, C, and D before it, or whatever the order is, before you went off about whatever.
It's like, well, shit, while we're here, fuck it, let me go ahead and bring this shit up to you. Like, God damn,
yeah, don't let that shit stack up. What? Oh, she's right there. Oh, you talking to somebody else? Oh. I'm just saying, don't let that shit stack up, because what I do is, like, if I have an issue, I bring it to, hey, I don't like that, or we gotta do this way. Like so don't come to me with 15 grievances. Cause I was like, hey, when did number 1 happen? Like, because like, are you making a list?
On December 12th, you had said this at 9:15. You're like, what?
Yep, keeping tabs and shit.
It is July.
I've had my wife say, I didn't like the way you said good morning to me. What?
Did she bring this up at dinner? It's
like midday. Like, I don't know what was wrong with you this morning. Like, what are you talking about? Like, the whole day I'm thinking we cool and you mad. Like, what are we talking about? Like, man, women, shit.
I had this dream about you last week, and you were doing this, but it wasn't me. It was a dream. But
I've had that conversation, nigga.
Yeah,
I dreamed you cheated on me. What's going on? What about? Baby, I work 60 hours a week. When do I have time to be anywhere else but work in here? What am I doing? Shit.
And here it is. This is for all the fellas. Everybody listening, all the men who's ever had that question, next time it comes up, and that dream will be like, hey, was she hot at least? How you
don't do that. Don't do that.
You're trying to get people stabbed. Fuck.
If you get jacked up, don't come back to us.
Hey, you didn't see my meme stuff that I posted. I said it ain't love. It said it ain't love if she ain't trying to stab you at least one time.
I said the only person that could post this is Mo Lethal, because if I get stabbed, I'm out.
Yeah, that's a crime. That's a crime.
A little love tap. A little love tap.
Passion. If I get stabbed, I'm out.
It's about the passion. It's about the passion.
Nah, it ain't. Nah.
It's all about the passion.
Nah, it sounds like it's about the slashing.
Does that work? You don't get life insurance from that, huh?
I wouldn't think so, sir.
That's a bad business move, if you ask me.
We're going to put this 200 grand on your books.
All the ramen.
So your husband died and you killed him. But anyway, looks like you get this money. Next topic comes from Kevin Wendell. It says, other than kids being born, name a time you felt pure joy and how it affected your life or those around you. Fellas.
Joy?
Damn.
God damn it, man. Hey, Mo, give him your hat.
Damn.
I mean, I've dated a Joy. Does that count?
Oh, well, if you were inside her, it does, because you felt her.
I'm not even respond because I don't know who be listening.
Killjoy.
Oh man. Is this like in personal achievement or just like in a moment? Like,
It's just a feeling.
okay. I remember it was one time, about 10 years ago, I was playing Call of Duty, and this kid called me the word they say in the lobbies back in the day. And then I proceeded to kill this motherfucker 30 times and he couldn't kill me once.
Back in the day, they still do it.
And
Wait, what happened?
And
was that the worst?
Huh?
You did 30?
Yeah, I killed him 30 times straight. Like nobody.
That might have been me. That's why I stopped playing Call of Duty.
And I just remember, afterwards, I was, I went from just being a regular in to a cheating in, and I was like, "Hey, man, pick a struggle." And I had joy in that moment. That was a good day. I'll never forget that. That was a good day.
Leave it to this nigga.
How you treat everybody after that? Were you just cloud nine?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh no, it was on to the next game. I get next trooper. That's back when all I did was game. All the good old days before responsibilities.
The good old days. I guess I'm gonna use comedy, obviously. The first time I went on stage, that was I had to be floating because that shit sucks bad.
Were you high?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
I thought maybe the shrooms were involved, so maybe you.
No, I haven't been on stage in shrooms before yet, but
this nigga said yet.
Yeah.
It was really bad to the point that the person that came to watch was like, "Hey man, are you cool?" But I was just like so excited that I did it. Like, you know what I'm saying? And like it felt great. And I think from that point on, whenever I would do it anytime and like gotten better and stuff, I wanted everybody who was doing comedy to feel that. So I always like just projected what I felt outward. And it's like I've had people like when you're out doing stuff, they're like, "Man, whenever like you're around doing this shit, like I feel at ease." Because it's like, yeah, man, this is fun. This is what we do. Like, you should feel this way. This is how it's supposed to feel. It shouldn't feel like, God damn it, I've got to get up on stage again. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so I always wanted to project that. So I think that for me is that first time on comedy, doing comedy, being awful, but feeling that like amazingly excited was like pure joy. And I've always tried to pay it forward that way, in that regard at least.
Are you telling me to quit my job because every day I wake up, I go, God damn this place again?
No, that's way different. No. That would not be sound advice. So yeah, Keith, you gotta have some joy somewhere, man, other than the one from the jungle.
He just told you he was in there.
Hey man, we better chill.
If we're talking about, we're talking about recent times, and it's when I think about it, it's a little weird just given what was going on at the time, but me finally removing myself from a living situation I was in to have my own space again, and just having that sense of freedom to just try to build peace. Obviously, it didn't last as long as I would have liked, but initially during the honeymoon phase, having my own space, separating myself from a situation that was causing me so much mental stress that my hair turned gray, and I contemplated not being here a couple times. So that definitely brought me joy to finally be free for the most part. I mean, obviously there was ties there where I would probably never be completely free, but yeah, that freedom was definitely one of those rare joy moments. Then the pandemic, it was in the middle of the pandemic, so there was that stress, but freedom. Yeah.
How would you say your interactions with people were during that?
Limited, obviously, because like I said, it was during the pandemic, but
true. Dumb question.
But those that interacted with me, at least via like either the internet or telephone or text or whatever, or voice, they can at least for a while they can tell that there was a difference in my attitude. Especially if they knew what the situation difference? I was getting away. Yeah, okay. If they knew the situation I was getting away from, yeah. So yeah, it was one of those rare joyous moments. I don't get too many of them, but that was definitely one of them.
I'm gonna get you some shrooms.
This nigga always trying to get somebody high.
No, we gotta do what
Mcfly, your joyous moment. I want to hear this.
I have multiple. I was trying to think of one specifically, but I guess I'll stick it to music.
Right?
Multiple. Okay. Oh, yeah,
you flexing. Pass nigga,
always fucking flexing, huh? I've had multiple.
Share.
But I guess it was one time. I'm gonna stick it to music. I got to open up for one of my favorite artists locally, Curtis King, and it was Curtis King, Stevie Crooks, and they specifically asked me to open up. So it was like there was other acts, but like on the flyer, they specifically put my logo on the forefront, so you could say, "Oh yeah, these other people are on here," but this nigga's the main opener for us. Like we wanted him to be in the forefront of the flyer, so automatically then it was like, "Oh shit!" Like they wanted me to be like seen on this flyer. So I remember performing, and I had like a flawless show. I didn't fuck up. Everything flowed. The crowd was vibing with me. You just get that perfect combination of crowd participation. You're vibing on the stage. Everything's going off without a hitch. And I remember getting off stage and Curtis and Stevie Crooks and all these guys that are considered like local legends are like giving me love and showing love. People at the show were showing me love, and I remember getting that high of joy, just thinking, "Nigga, this is what I'm supposed to be doing," and that feeling where you're like, "This is what I'm supposed to be doing," and that high, and like you're being embraced by these people that are known, and they're all looking at you going, "That's that next nigga," and you feel that high. That I could say, as far as music wise, that was one of those rare moments because it rarely happens. But I got a couple of chances, but that one sticks out of my mind specifically because I remember thinking like, damn, like if they can look at me like this, maybe I should be doing this for a living. And that high is only been matched by the birthing of my kids, and there's other things like the first time I busted a nut, but that that's up there because it was just one of the moments where you're like, nigga, this is what I'm supposed to be doing.
Wait, we're still talking about music, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm talking about both. That nut, shit. Never get the.
Well, I'm not asking about the nut on how it made other people feel.
They didn't know about it because it was just me, bro.
That first one.
That's that high Like I said, that I've had multiple situations where I can say I can tell you where I was at a high and I was riding that high for that show. So that would
Could
be
you
it.
feel like that energy you had like exuded out to others and like they felt the same joy or like, you know what I mean?
I can say in certain instances you could tell that certain people were excited to see things working out for me in that way. And then there was also people that looked and said, man, I remember when you were just doing shows like this. And they're looking at me saying, you're inspiring me to say, if I keep on this path, I'll be in the same shoes or falling in that same path that you're going or that you're showing us right now that you're on. So like I remember that just the dudes that would come up and show love and they're like, oh man, and they're just looking at you like, man, like fuck, like if you're doing it like this, I could do it like that too. Like I remember this cat wasn't gonna come to the show and then he was like, oh, he opened up for Stevie Crooks? Nigga, I might go. If he opened up for Stevie Crooks, he must be nice. Like I said, fuck. So it was one of them good highs, like the good vibe. And like I said, it kind of, it bounced off and people were just in that same frame of mind of seeing the situation and going, if this nigga can do it, I can do it. Like, but yeah, with that being said.
Oh, we're not doing the quote of the week?
Oh, quote of the week. The quote of the week, fuck it. It comes from me. Study Mcfly. My dad used to always say it, and I want to say it to you. And I said it on a song. On this current project I'm working on, he used to always say it, and I heard his voice when I was doing this music, and he said, "You know what you need to do? Go ahead and do it." That's what he would do. Anytime I had a situation, especially when I got older in life, it was a very simplistic statement, and I knew what my dad meant. And he'd just say, "This is a situation." I would lay out the situation, and he'd go, "Well, you know what you need to do. Go out and do it." And that simply would put me in the perspective of, he's right. I know what I need to do.
Yeah.
There's no excuse. Just do it.
Marathon continue, grind don't stop.
So with that being said, this has been episode 57 of the Heavyweight Podcast. I've been your host, Stutter McFly, with these three guys.
Young Fade, Fentanyl, Nazi,
See? He about to have the feds on us.
You know what I'm saying? That's me. K-Dub.
If I walk in tomorrow, if I walk in on and get a goddamn random drug test, I'm gonna kick this nigga's ass. It's your boy Mo Lethal, aka Oscar the Grouch.
They tested for fentanyl?
I think it's illegal stuff. You can't not supposed to drive with that shit in your system.
I don't think you can drive, period.
Yeah.
I mean, you gonna wake
might
up
not be living
in your system. Shit.
Or you might not be living.
Before you do your outro, I want y'all to know I did the Bird Box Challenge the other day.
Ah, shit.
I was driving. I left the visor in. Successful.
You gonna do it for us?
You want me to do the Bird Box? We got to do it in the car. I got to get in the car and just put the thing up and just drive.
Let's close the garage door.
It's kind of close. I don't like niggas looking at me.
He says on the YouTube video. Go ahead.
But yeah, this is crippled 40. Still
crippled.
Oh,
crippled.
I thought he said triple. I thought he said triple 40.
I thought he said crip, and I was like, yeah, you got the red on the background, and you got to change the background.
He ain't crippled all that dead up there. All that dead. He ain't crippled all that dead up there.
On that one, that was Mo Lethal.
Hey man, we on everything. Please like, subscribe, comment, repost, like, all that. Facebook, Instagram, iHeart, Apple Podcasts, Amazon, Spotify,
give us some questions.
Yeah, man.
Let's interact.
Email us, DM us.
Mcfly EP on the way.
Yes, sir. We appreciate the support. We out. Peace.
If you can hear the sound of my voice, you're a real one for sticking to the end. Just want to thank you again for listening and stay tuned for the next episode. 40 out.